Welcome back to the Doctor Who Retrospective. I'm Scotty, and of course you are not. No, here it is. We have reached the end of Series 2 with the final part of the final two-parter of Series 2, Doomsday. Picking up from where we left off, Cybermen have surrounded the entire world, basically, and they are also inside Torchwood Tower. But that giant orb is opening up. What's inside it is the Daleks, which we find out in this episode, the Cult of Skaro. So important, so prominent that they have names. The only two I can think of are Dalek Sec and Dalek Khan. That's the only two I can think of. There's two other ones, I don't know. Yes. And so the Doctor runs off and leaves Jackie there while he goes to find Rose. Well, the Cybermen take Jackie and Yvonne down to be upgraded. Yvonne does get upgraded, which she's keep saying, she keeps repeating, I did my duty for Queen and Country. I did my duty for Queen and Country. That becomes important later. Jackie gets out by running away because the Doctor, and with help from Jake and others from Pete's world, we're gonna call it that, they destroy the Cybermen in the console room, which also destroys the Cyber leader, which means they're gonna create a new one, which means Jackie can get away, and she's on the run. Jackie's on the run. Jake has got a gun. I don't know. But yeah. And so Jake takes the Doctor over to Pete's world where he talks to Pete. And, well, Pete says, since all of the Cybermen are on that world, that his world is now safe. So all he wants the Doctor to do is to close it off so that their world can be safe. They also really have these little push button things. It's like the button from Staples. You push it. That was easy. It's like one of those buttons. Is what it looks like. It's a big yellow one. You push it. You can teleport into between worlds. And stop yawning. Stop it. I don't know why it does this. Yeah, but I did not yawn once watching the episode. Maybe once. But anyway. So yeah, Pete wants him to close it, but he said he can't just close it. It'll leave the Cybermen and the Daleks there, and their world will be in danger. He doesn't care because the link between the two parallel worlds, and I don't know why they do it like this, because it's open, it's causing the world to boil. Basically, the global warming is like ice caps will melt from that world. Which, if that's the case, can we close the damn rift so that we don't have global warming anymore? That's the problem. Pardon me for a minute. So, Doctor jumps back. He refuses to do that, and he jumps back. And, yeah. So, the Doctor shows up, talks to the Daleks, finds out they're called the Skaro, and then we're introduced to the Genesis Chamber, which is Time Lord technology that the Doctor doesn't know what it is. Apparently they kept a lot from him. Oh yeah, we'll find out throughout the entire series that there was a lot kept from the Doctor. I don't know why they call it Genesis Chamber either, because we just find out it's a prison. Time Lord technology, bigger on the inside. It's a prison containing millions of Daleks. He didn't know what it was. He knows exactly how many Daleks are in there. Millions. Really. Bigger on the inside, I guess. Yeah, and that's what happened. Those Daleks come out. So now we got Daleks and we got Cybermen, and they're essentially fighting each other. And then they decide, no, this team up will work together. Uh-oh. We screwed. Yeah, there really is no fightingness. They fight each other, but there's no real fighting from us, right? We get an emotional reunion as Jackie reunites with the others, including Pete. Now, before this, Rose is over there. She's not my daughter. And Jackie, not my Jackie. She keeps saying, not my Jackie, not my Jackie. So they have this conversation between them. You died. Yeah, yours died. I'm not that one. And then he lost his Jackie. Coming and then running to each other. And there's no kiss. She just jumps into his arms. Poor guy. I thought he was going to fall. I'm sorry. But, yeah, they're reunited. Kind of, sort of. And Mickey is kind of relegated to doing nothing in this episode. So is Jake. You think they could have allowed to open the front lines, but I get why Mickey had to go through first, because he's a character. He and the Doctor United have a fist bump. They do say that to activate the machine, he has to be touched by a time traveler. So that's Rose, and that's the Doctor, and it's Mickey. And who does it? Mickey. Because they try to fight their way. There's a Cyberman and the Daleks are fighting each other, and they all go to run out, but Mickey, he grabs a gun, and he's trying to run out, but he slips, puts his hand like this. It's not edited very well, but activates the machine, causing it to work, and yeah. Actually, we see that it's releasing Daleks from a prison, which we know. So, how are we going to stop them? Right? Pete just says, don't worry, the Doctor's going to close the breach. Which Doctor says, oh yes, I'm ready. Throughout both parts, the Doctor has been wearing the red and blue, the white brimmed red and blue 3D glasses, looking at stuff. It's revealed that he's doing it so he can see the rift energy, the void energy, from people who have gone through the void, like himself. Like Rose. The only person who doesn't have it, Jackie. She hasn't been through the rift, through the void. But the Cybermen and the Daleks, they came through the void. Although, technically, only the spear would have it. The sphere they came in would have it. They were inside the sphere, so technically you wouldn't have it. And all of the millions of Daleks would not have it either, because they were inside the machine. The machine would have it. If you want to get technical. But Russell T. Davies kind of wrote himself into a corner with this one. So, yes, they all have the void energy around them, even though all the Daleks came to the machine wouldn't, and the Koldaskara wouldn't, because they would have been in the orb when they came through. I'm just saying. But the Cybermen, it's almost like if you didn't have the Daleks in this episode, then the plan would work perfectly. But you just had to, what do we do? Because you can't fight them. There's no way. So it's void energy, right? But if he activates the machine, it's going to suck a while back, which will include everyone infected. So everyone has to go over to Pete's world to be safe. Rose doesn't want to go because she's selfish. Yeah, fair the entire world. No, I want to stay with the Doctor. Pete, get a leash, put her on it. Okay, I'm sorry. I appreciate Rose as the first. I'm blanking on the name. Companion of New Who. And I appreciate her as a character. She's great. But her selfishness knows no bounds. To the fact that she's willing to separate herself permanently from her own mother. Don't forget about Mickey, forget about Pete, from her own mother. Forever. Just so she can stay with the Doctor is unbelievable. Her and Jackie have a conversation in part 1 about this. She's like, "You gonna keep going back and forth? By the time you come, what's gonna happen when I die? You're gonna stay with me. You're gonna keep traveling. And so you end up, you're some woman on some planet far away. It won't be Rouse Tyler anymore." Yeah. So, well, she's giving this big speech that the doctor just puts the thing over her neck and activates it, but then is not smart enough to take it off of her before she can activate it again and come back. So she tells the doctor she's going to help, so he does. These things, these gravity things, which are like the gloves that the 15th Doctor has now, I guess, that you attach it and you can stay stuck to the wall. Well, due to having to write it this way to make it work, okay, from this point, it doesn't make much sense. So they activate the machine, it starts to suck everyone in, and then as they're going, the lever pulls back down. So then Rose has to fly back, grab it, and push it forward again to activate, and it's locked now. But then she can't hold on to the thing anymore, but she could hold on to the gravity. I don't know. She don't anymore. She flies back, and Pete shows up to save her and then take her back into his world. Okay, 3 things. 1, why did the lever have to do that? Why couldn't you just write that the button that the doctor put on him, he rigged to only go one way? Writes her out, right? But no, because she came back, we gotta write a reason for her to have to go back there. So the lever stops working. Okay, 2, Rose flies off, Pete shows up. How the hell did he know she was in danger? How did he know she needed his help? How? Just how? What? Huh? 3, pushes the button and they get sent back. No. He jumps through and grabs her. They'd both be sucked into the void. But no, he jumps in like this, doesn't get pulled in, grabs her, and has time to push the button before it sucks them up. No, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, yeah. So she's stuck in that world, and he's freed our world from the Cyberman and the Daleks for now. But, yeah. Also, I want to point out logic inconsistency. So, when the Daleks are talking to Rose about how they survived the Time War, she talks about the Emperor Dalek. And they're like, the Emperor survived? She's like, yeah. And I killed him. I used the time vortex powers to kill him. And I went, technically, that hasn't happened yet. Because that will be approximately 5 billion years in the future. So technically, the Emperor is still technically alive, just not there yet. Yeah. I'm just saying. That hasn't happened yet. The Emperor is technically still alive. Happened for 5 billion years. Right? Also, don't you think that a Dalek present before 5 billion years from now, from then, causes a bit of a paradox? I mean, you could say that you know there was, human history, but yeah. So we got our epilogue. An epilogue that gives us our cop-out. Because if you're wondering, wait, didn't the whole thing at the beginning of the episode and the trailer from the episode before that, the episode, tell us Rose was going to die? Yes! So, time for the cop-out. So, Rose has been living on the other Earth with Pete and Jackie and Mickey. And she keeps hearing the doctor's voice, and it leads them to Norway, on a Norwegian beach that translates to Bad Wolf Bay. And I remember when my son and I watched it, and I said, then they said that, he goes, like Bad Wolf Bay. I can't wait till we get to the 50th, because they mentioned Bad Wolf there too. So, nah. Do you say Bad Wolf? Yeah. So, there we see a visage of the Doctor. He's in the TARDIS, hovering around a supernova, so that he could talk to her and say goodbye. And we find out that Jackie's pregnant. She and Pete are going to have another child, which has led to speculation that Ruby is that child. Well, no, that wouldn't make any sense. Because for that to happen, she'd have to have been born in 2004. 2003. She just turned 19, so 2002. Right? No, I'm going backwards. So 2003. Okay, so 2023 minus 19. I couldn't do that. Okay, so my 2023 minus 10 is 2013. Okay, so minus 9 years from there. 2013, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That's 10. 4. 2004. She would have been born in 2004. Yeah, because she would be turning 20 in 2024. Oh, duh. So she was born in 2004, which is before this series of Doctor Who happened, or if we're going by what I can assume is the continuity, the same year this started. Because if we're to believe that it was 2004 when the Ninth Doctor first picked up Rose, then it's 2005 when the Slovene, I cannot, Raxacalifalafatorians landed on Earth. I'm just saying. It wouldn't work. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, sure. But that means she was born in a parallel dimension, dropped off in 2004. Somehow. And no, it just doesn't, no. Throw that out the window. Plus, I never said it was a girl. But here's where we get our cop-out, alright, people? You ready for this? He tells her that according to the death count, she and Jackie and Mickey, I'm assuming, are both dead. Are all dead. They died. So, there you go. Technically, according to Earth records, Rose Tyler is dead. I should also point out, forgot to mention, Torchwood Lady, Lydia, Sylvia. No, that's Donna's mom. We'll talk about Donna in a second. What's her name? I forgot her name. But she shows up as a Cyberman. Cyber person. You know, that's from Boogie person. The Cyber person. And shoots them. And we know it's her because she's saying, I did my duty for king and country. I did my duty for queen and country. I remember that. We're watching it and I go, that's a Torchwood lady. Yvonne. I remember the name. But yeah, so the Doctor says goodbye to Rose. She says, I love you. And he says, Rose Tyler. And he's cut off. What is he going to say? We'll find out later. Kind of, sort of. It's obvious, but... So that's it. They're on a parallel Earth. That's the end of Rose. Which, as far as getting rid of companions goes, not bad. It's not bad. It's better than just leaving her there. Or having an explanation that one of the people just left in the middle of a series. Yeah. Or quite simply easier than just killing them off. Which was the other option and what people thought was going to happen. And I'm kind of glad they didn't just kill her off, because that's just a cheap-ass way to do it. I'm looking at you, Moffat, killing off two of the most beloved characters. Can't figure out how to write them off? Let's just kill them off. Oh, it's creative because the Weeping Angels did it. Yeah, sure. I mean, it was well done. Don't get me wrong, but the episode before that, you literally had them be able to choose between just retiring or going back out with the Doctor, and you could just had them retire. Anywho, back to this. We're not done because just as he's sort of weeping over what happened, he sees someone in a wedding dress. And then you turn around and you hear, "Oi! How'd I get here?" Yes, it's Donna. Yes. Most first-time viewers would know who this was. What? And you get the three whats. What? 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 Yeah. That sets up Runaway Bride, the next Christmas special. So, I will see you Christmas 2025 when I talk about that. No, I'm not doing like I did before. I will talk about it. I haven't decided if I'm doing it right away yet. I might just do it. I don't know. But here's the thing. I could say I'll wait till Christmas, but if I go on to Series 3 and get that done, and then I go to Series 4, I'm going to have to talk about this before I talk about Series 4 because Donna's in Series 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and have to talk about it anyway. But yeah, I will tell you, the Runaway Bride did hold up better for me. Excuse me, the last time I watched it. But anyway, here, this was good. I feel like it's a good ending for the Doctor and Rose. She was so selfish. There was no way she was going to leave on her own. And that's what Russell T Davies even said was, you can't just have her leave. She has so much of a connection to the Doctor. She can't just leave. And to be fair, if they just had it where she comes to her senses and leaves, that's not Rose's character. I'm sorry, that wouldn't fit to her character. You know? So it works. Yeah. Now, if you are watching this end of the world type situation happening and you're wondering, what about the other Doctor's allies? Where's Captain Jack Harkness? Now, I know the Doctor... Now, I know that technically he was stuck 5 billion years in the future. What about Sarah Jane Smith? She's having her own adventures. Sarah Jane Adventures. That's a good name for a show. I don't know. And what if Torchwood? Torchwood. What if they were to take that concept, change it up a bit, and give it its own show? I know. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Doomsday? Leave in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I should just say that when I was going into this, watching this with my son, I forgot what this finale was. And watching it again here solidifies that it's actually a pretty good finale. Especially that cliffhanger at the end of episode 1. I feel like the first part is better. But the end of that first part, the cliffhanger is fantastic. And now we're going into this. So, but yeah, it's a great season finale. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.